In this video, we'll be reviewing Lewis dot structures and going through an example of how to create a Lewis dot structure. Now, the first step in making a proper Lewis dot structure is to determine the number of valence electrons on the molecule. Negative charges are going to count as extra electrons, and positive charges are going to count as removed electrons. In this case, we're talking about boron trihydride. Boron has 3 electrons. Each hydrogen has 1 valence electron, bringing our total to 6 valence electrons. So the second step is to arrange the atoms with the least electronegative atom in the center. Carbon is always in the center if it's around, which in our case, it's not. And hydrogen can never go in the center. So since hydrogen can never go in the center, we're of course going to go ahead and use boron and put the 3 hydrogens around. Now step 3 is going to be to connect each of these particular atoms with the central atom using a line. Now the line represents a bond, and the bond represents 2 electrons. So we're going to subtract those from our total. Here we have 2 electrons in each of 3 bonds. 2 times 3 is 6, which leaves us with 0 electrons. Now we really have no other electrons to deal with in this case. If we did, we would add them to any of the remaining atoms, but since we don't, we're done. Again, there's nothing to add to the central atom, and we can check our Formel charge. In this case, there's no lone pairs of electrons to make multiple bonds with, so the molecule is done, and all the rest of the steps aren't important. So in this video, we went over the steps for following and drawing a proper Lewis dot structure, using a basic example of BH3.